Everybody's ready, we'll get started. First thing, this morning we'll do our hearing for county road aid and LGA. It's Monday, May 18th, 2026. Angie, call it up.
Jack Banks.
Here.
Kenny Anderson.
Here.
Deb Collier. Here. Chetty Smith.
Here.
Benny McCall. Judge Adams.
Here. And Benny is, he texted this morning, he's not feeling too good, so he couldn't make it. We'll open it up for public comment on LGEA and county road aid. Anybody's got any suggestions? We have a motion to adjourn the hearing for LGEA and county road aid.
I'll make that motion.
Have a second.
Second.
Call rolling.
Jack.
Yes.
Kenny.
Yes.
Deb. Yes. Chetty.
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. We'll begin our regular meeting. Call the roll, Angie.
Jack Banks.
Here.
Kenny Anderson.
Here.
Deb Collier. Here. Chetty Smith.
Here.
Benny McCall. Judge Adams.
Here. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, then Jack will lead us in prayer. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you this morning. We're thankful, Lord, for all the blessings that we receive. Father, we ask, Lord, that you'll bless this meeting. Bless us to be attentive, Father, and bless us to do the best that we can to help our folks in this county, Lord. I just look to you to guide us in the way that we need to go. Father, we ask you, Lord, to bless the families that have lost loved ones. We know there are many, Father. And Lord, we just ask you to be with us. Go with us after we leave, Father, as we go traveling on our ways. Lord, we'll be sure to give you praise and honor for all of it. We thank you, Lord. Amen.
Amen. I'd like to welcome everybody here this morning, Monday, May 18th, 2026, regular call meeting. We'll get right into it. Do we have any committee reports? Move on to item number 2, approve the minutes of the previous meetings. Make any changes or motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
No, sir.
Call roll.
Jack.
Yes.
Kenny.
Yes.
Deb. Chetty.
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. Item 1, a new business update from ER Assist. Miss Brian, welcome.
Good morning. We'll go ahead and start with the service today. You got a packet here, it starts with 462 FEMA This is for that property that re-enrolled in 22 buyout. Remember we put this out last month and didn't get any bids, so this is just for the one property. The only bid was Appalachian Title. They did have an additional cost for the title opinion fee at $125, and then the title search was $350, the deed preparation was $150, and the closing services was $225.
You have a motion to approve the bid for Appalachian Title.
I make a motion to approve the bid for Appalachian Title.
You have a second?
Second.
Call the roll, Angie.
Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb? Yes. Judge Adams?
Yes.
And then the second page is asbestos abatement for a FEMA property. Lowest bid was Bluegrass asbestos abatement, $1,860.
We have a motion on that bid.
I'll make a motion.
I'll say that.
And that's for $1,860. Call the roll, Angie.
Deb? Yes. Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
Okay. Next page is an NRCS property, also for asbestos abatement. Again, lowest bid was Bluegrass asbestos abatement, $2,500.
Big difference in prices there.
Big difference.
So Brian, did we, you remember when we used to bid these, there was just a bulk bid, this is what we're going to charge for everybody?
Yes.
And that wasn't at last month's meeting, so maybe there was a change in.
We started doing them by the asbestos survey since we just stopped getting bids from the abatement contractors. They didn't really like that it was, per square foot or whatever kind of thing. So instead we wait for the asbestos survey to get back and then we send them those results and they bid on that. That way there's less, sometimes the abatement contractor comes in and the material looks different than what they thought it would be. Then they have some questions on the pricing. So this just makes it a little easier for them.
So the difference in prices would be, like, the last one was 1,800, this one is 2,500, so it would be, if it was, since it's more, does that mean that there was more for them to look at? Okay.
There was more asbestos, so the property's larger, or the material was a heavier material, and it's gonna cost more to transport it, something like that.
Okay.
And this is actually the removal of the material.
Okay.
We have a motion on the Bluegrass asbestos abatement on 9790 Old Highway 15.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Call the roll, Angie.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
Last page is 4 properties for demo. First, the Jayhawk Construction was the lowest bid, but they did not submit a bid bond or any kind of cashier's check. So then the lowest bid would then be Razorback for all 4 of them. So 1203 Highway 119, lowest bid was Razorback, $6,180. 403 Highway 1862, Razorback 5,980. Charlie White Lane, Razorback 6,780, and then 877 Buck Creek, Razorback $2,748.
So Jayhawk lacked their
He did not
documentation.
submit the documentation he did. He's also missing a San Diego number, so there's the 2 things he was missing from his bid.
We have a motion on the 4 demo properties.
Make a motion, we go with Razorback. I'll second.
Call the roll when you're ready, Angie.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
And I'll just do my regular updates. So for the 22 buyouts in FEMA, we've got 78 of the 99 still purchased on that. I didn't have something for you guys to decide. So we've got a couple properties left that either have major title issues that haven't been resolved for, almost 2 years, or they're still deciding if they'd like to participate. The state has said they're not sure if FEMA will grant us an extension past the project deadline of January 2027. So we need to set some kind of hard deadline for them to either decide if they'd like to participate or to solve those title issues. So we would recommend going with July 1st to allow us time for the vacancy period, closing, project closeout, site visits, asbestos survey, demo, all the things we have to do after we close. So we just need you guys to approve that so we can let people know they gotta get going on a couple things.
So it's already been 2 years. Not wait till January the 1st, just go ahead. You think July the 1st?
Yeah, that would give us enough time to do everything we need to do, post-closing, get everything,
I agree.
then review it, so.
What do you think?
Yeah, some of those title issues and all that, the property owner just needs to give us that information in so we can finish that up. And if we don't make a hard deadline, then and FEMA does not give us an extension, it's null and void anyway. So, I think July 1st would give them plenty of time to get the documentation that we need in there.
And we'll reach out to all those people today and let them know after it's decided, so they're 100% aware that we need to get going on things.
So we need a motion to that effect if y'all want to do that.
I'll make a motion to do the deadline for July the 1st of this year for them to make a decision on their property for the buyout program.
And that's for the 22 flood.
2020
For
flood, yes.
just FEMA, and
Yes.
ours doesn't have that same deadline, so.
Yep. So it's for FEMA for the 22 flood.
Yeah, for FEMA, from the 22 flood.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Call the roll, Angie.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Dale,
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. And then for NRCS for 22 buyout, we've got 90 purchased of 120. We do have another batch of closings this month. We're wrapping up the last couple properties that, again, have title issues, but we don't really have anybody in the NRCS buyout that are still waiting on anything, so. On the topic of NRCS, the 25 buyout, NRCS has finally sent us the Group 2 contract, and the judges signed that and we returned it. So as soon as they send us that countersigned contract, we can start on title searches right away for the next 8 properties. So we've got Group 1 already underway. We've got the first group of closings probably in the next couple of weeks. So that's going along pretty smoothly, and then we'll be able to start the next group.
Good deal.
Any questions for me?
Thanks, Bree.
The house out there on Low Gap that's falling over in the road, what's the status on it? It's gonna fall on a bus or on somebody? It's bad shape.
I have to look at the street address, I don't know off the top of my head. If you just want to come to the office after the meeting, I'll look at it.
Okay.
Jeff's got some
Don't believe
updates
it is.
for both, so
I don't think that house is in the buyout, but we'll check and make sure.
I'll look at it. Jeff,
Up beside Gurney's store, coming in that, in the Low Gap.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good to be back in the mountains. Good to see everybody. Just a few updates. DHS is still partially shut down, which means there's still some projects that are pending, not yet approved from last year. As far as ones that are moving forward, not including NRCS and hazard mitigation, we've done over 500 culverts, 1,100 shoulders and embankments, 30,000 linear feet of ditching, 3 million in asphalt, and another 1.5 coming up this spring. So myself and Hendricks have been out marking sites past few weeks, so as soon as they get started, we'll know where to go. We've also done over 300 rail and grid projects, and 45 more that are in process. We do have some projects to award. These bids were opened in the judge's office. There's 6 of them. I'll just read through the lowest bidders, and then there's one that I do have some concerns about that we can talk about. First one, 715093. Lowest bidder is Rockhouse Creek, $725 cents. 734710, lowest bidder was Jayhawk Construction, $21,733.95. 96. 735139, lowest bidder is B&D at $1,664.58. 735201, lowest bidder is B. Brock, $52,299.72. 735204, lowest bidder is B. Brock, $16,034. And 735617, excuse me, low bidder is B. Brock, $40,614.99. The one I'm concerned about is 735201, any classes. B. Brock for $52,000. That's there's 6 sites, including the box culvert on that site, so I'm not sure how they can do it at that price.
On that Calma Drive, is there not some rail and crib on that too?
Yeah, but it would be separate from this.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah. So I don't know, I mean, I could reach out to them and make sure that's what they really meant to bid.
Yeah, on that box cover, that sounds.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do a box.
Yeah, that's way low, doing that box cover.
Yeah. Hannah Drive, I believe, is the one that's on it.
So-
Other than that, that's it.
So can we approve as presented, just with conversation with B. Brock on that?
Yeah, I'll call him as soon as we leave here.
And if he's good with that bid, then he can go forward. If not, then we'll go to the second bidder. Does that sound good to you all?
Yeah.
Which would be Greg Hale at, what, 134, 871, 25.
Yes, sir.
So if B. Brock can't do it, then we proceed to the second.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you guys? Do we have a motion to do that?
I'll make that motion.
We have a second.
I'll second it.
Call roll, Angie.
Chitty,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Deb,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. And let us know on that one too, Jay.
Where are we at on that Eola Park? Sorry to
On
interrupt.
the what?
Eola Park?
I'm not sure about that. What do you want to think about?
The stream project?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the permit, so that should be starting probably in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
I haven't heard from Mountain Enterprises as far as when they're starting. They're supposed to have started already, so I'm gonna check with them today too. Does
I
anybody know?
think Matt Embergy said that they were supposed to start maybe the 28th of
Okay.
this month. Maybe touch base with him, then we'll get with those folks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Item 2, update from Craig. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you all for having me. Last time I was here, we were talking about river cleanup. In the process of trying to put the volunteer force together, I had a conversation with the U.S. Geological Survey. They maintain some stream gauges here in Letcher County and region-wide. They've expressed a desire to dramatically increase the number of stream gauges in Letcher County. I got a commitment from several agencies that will pay for the stream meters. The issue is that I had a great deal of difficulty finding someone who would pay for the maintenance thereafter. USGS will maintain them, but they don't have the money in the budget for the additional stream gauges. I have since found 2 different agencies who are willing to pay for those maintenance costs, which are more than the stream gauges themselves. So we're looking to put that together, that in addition to the EDA disaster siren project that I've got going on. That will put disaster sirens within our municipalities. Can all be connected. Also, that information will be made available to the counties through the USGS, the stream gauges, and it can be hooked in directly to the disaster sirens. I've got commitment from the Economic Development Administration that they will pay for those disaster sirens. I've got a commitment disaster grants that will pay for the stream gauges. A couple local organizations have agreed to pay for the maintenance. So we're good to go. What I would ask is that USGS has given me several locations from public comment that people have inquired about, could we put a stream gauge here? And USGS has asked me to ask the court if they have any recommendations for sites as well. The radar stream gauges are not expensive. They're about $60 $16,000. That includes the cellular link up, that includes a camera, all of which you can go to the USGS site and you can look at any stream in Letcher County, as long as it has a stream gauge, which would be great for disaster prevention and mitigation, especially if it is linked into the disaster sirens. And that is public data. Anyone can go and look at those stream gauges at any time and see the levels. They are placed high enough above the river that they will not be hit by debris, they will not be overtaken by water. So once they're there, they're going to remain there. We're really excited about it. I'm actually doing a presentation tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm sorry, at our disaster meeting that we're having at the Pratt offices. I'd be happy to send each of you the information that I'm going to be presenting that day if you would like to see it. Also, any sites that you have that you would like to recommend to USGS for this project, by all means, let me know, and we'll get moving on that. I still don't have a date locked down because there's so many volunteer organizations that want to be involved in the river cleanup that I haven't got them all to agree on a specific date yet. But that will happen. We're shooting for the 3rd week of July. I've got a lot of support so far for this initiative. The judge has been gracious enough to offer a truck to move tires. We've got a really good plan put together. I just can't lock everyone down to a date. But we will get that, and by the next meeting, I hope to have all that information for you folks. I think this is going to be a really good project. We have finished flying our survey of the North Fork of the Kentucky River in Letcher County. The number of tires and debris piles is it's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. Chetty, we pass half a dozen on the way home every day. Yeah. Debris piles. I talked the last meeting. We saw approximately 200 tires in about 1,000 yards in Perry County in one stretch. That's close to downtown, so naturally, there's going to be more concentrated in that area than it will be out in the more rural areas. But yeah, it's just an unbelievable amount of tires in our rivers. But it's a good project. It's going to be beneficial to us all, and I thank the court again for all the help that you've offered. It's going to be a good event. I hope to have somewhere between 40 and 100 people come in to assist with that, and we're going to do our best to do from Whitesburg to the county line all in one day. We're going to have people spread out in various areas with John boats, kayaks, everything. At some point, we'll have to decide where our tile pile is going to have, where it's going to be. But we'll get all those things. I hope to have a date locked down by next meeting. Anyone has any ideas or anything like that, if you want to be involved, or group who would love to be involved, let me know. Okay. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you
just
all
let
so
us
much.
know, Chris, and any way that we can assist in that, let us know when the date is, and we'll coordinate with you and
Again,
try
thank you so much, Jeff.
try to
We
get as
really
much.
appreciate it.
Have you got any updates on any of the water projects?
Yeah, Roxana is what, 90% finished? AML season just ended. We had put in for several things, of course, for the city of Whitesburg. There was some federal funding that was given to Mount Comp to finish the autism center, and that water project connecting it has been funded through a line item. So good to go there. This time of year, everything just kind of slows down, unfortunately, right before the summer months, with all the AML applications and the ARC applications and everything like that. We're not getting a whole lot of feedback on stuff that we submitted previously, but they are due to start coming back just any time now. I should have a really good update for us by the next fiscal board meeting. Yeah. But again, if you have any questions about any particular project, by all means, give me a call. I think all of you got my cell phone number. Call me at the office, come see me at the house. We'll talk about it. Thank you all again.
Thanks, Chris. I do have an update on the Roxana water and the Cumberland River. They have both tank sites have been leveled and core drilled. They're waiting now on the geotech on those core drills just to make sure that that the sites can hold those tanks. So that's where they're at on those.
Yes, Judge, I just finished the environmental review for that for phase 4 over there. So when we submit that, we got everything in.
Sounds good. Item 3, approve opioid funds for the hub, long-term recovery. Miss Joanne Fraley.
Good
Welcome.
morning,
Hey, good
everybody.
morning.
It's an honor being on your agenda this morning with my proposal. And I want to say thank you for your support in getting the hub up and going. It is thriving right now. I provided some of the data on the proposal. It has been a truly beautiful thing watching it grow, and as you can see with the numbers just from January, you can see the growth that is occurring right here in the county. And this ranges from those that are suffering from active substance use disorder all the way to coming back into the community from treatment and reestablishing themselves with employment and education. So we have been addressing and assessing barriers as we go, and we are seeing a very big impact. A lot of people gaining employment, a lot of individuals that were once homeless that are now housed. Our current funding will be ending on June 30th. So we are asking for your continued support with rent and utilities and with a peer support specialist. We do have some exciting things coming up. We did receive the opioid abatement, the state level grant, and we will be able to get a women's reentry program started up. So we're very excited about that. So we do have some very exciting upcoming things ahead of us beginning the next fiscal year. This request will begin July 1st and carry through for the year if it's approved.
And that's a total of $90,000,
Yes, please.
which would support the rent, utilities, and peer support
Yes.
for the hub. And that has been a great success for the community to see the folks that need the help getting it is great.
Does anybody have any questions for me?
I'm
curious what that sound is.
It's not me.
What's that?
What's that thing?
What? Down at say it's a heating and cooling fan.
Can't hear it.
I barely can hear it too.
A real low power one.
Oh. Do we have a motion to continue the support for the hub at a rate of $90,000 from the opioid funds?
And we will still collect the data. We're collecting all the data. Every service that we provide, we collect the data on. And I know that there is a report that is due for the local abatement funding, and I am more than happy to assist with that or do it.
I'll make a motion to award the $90,000.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Call the roll, Angie.
Deb,
Yes.
Chetty,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Patty, Judge Adams.
Yes. Just get us that documentation.
All right. You all have a beautiful day.
You too. Thanks, Joanne. Item 4, approve opioid funds for the MAT clinic, which is medication assisted team. Brenda Baker, welcome.
Hi, my name's Benita Robinson, and Dr. Baker could out of town. Her son's getting married tomorrow, so she's out of town today and asked me to step in and substitute for her. I'd like to give you some additional information. We were told that the email that she had sent to Judge Adams' office, you had been supplied, but I'd like to ask you. So, could you send those around? Thank you. And this also contains some of the information, but it's updated. I think Dr. Baker had spoken to Stacy in the judge's office, and she had given her a percentage. The contingency program is highly sought after. If you look on the first page at the bottom, contingency management is used nationwide, the DOD. The VA, Veterans Administration, ASAM, which is the American Society for Addiction Medication, and then also SAMHSA, which is the Substance Abuse of Mental Health Services Administration, are all guiding boards and recommend contingency management to substitute along with the Suboxone programs. Dr. Baker's been providing these across Eastern Kentucky for the last 8 years. We do struggle, as program manager, I'll work closely with her. We do struggle with the additional look-up poly use of benzos and meth, as Suboxone does not work with the meth program. And so therefore we have to come up with a contingency program to keep the patients involved in the program to stay off the opioids along with the meth program. And our idea is contingency management, and which has been proven to work, as I said before, nationwide. In order to do this, it's immediate gratification, and which rewires the brain instead of the long-term programs as to if you're good for 6 months, we're going to give you this much, right? Immediate gratification is kind of Pablo's dimensional program. If you get rewarded immediately, then you're more inclined to continue with the positive behavior, which means less meth, less benzo, less fentanyl use. And so this would be a pilot program that we would love to use and see the effectiveness across Letcher County. We'd like for it to start July 1st of this year. I'd be happy to report back as it is on the back side of your program. We would give reports as required from the court. And I'm open for questions. Since you've already had the information, I didn't want to give too much. The local designated local vendors would be Double Quick, Food World, Food City. There's a variety of fast food restaurants. Basic needs would be Walmart, Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, and then automotive safety would be Mavericks Tire, which is located right there. And the Neon, and he's also in Ison as well.
So I think my question is, are these things eligible for opioid abatement funds? This particular part,
The two that's already on the agenda have already been by Lauren Carr in Frankfurt, and she has approved.
but this one is something new to us, that this one has not been ran by her, the awards program.
It's the same as the one we've got as well. The numbers.
Yeah, numbers are.
It's the same as the one that's in the packet,
Yes, ma'am.
and
It
the
is.
same amount.
Yes.
Have you already looked back at this proposal?
She's looked at this,
She's okay with that?
that's in the packet, yes.
Because if you remember, we did a proposal before, and one part that they took out of it was uniforms and shoes for,
Oh, yeah.
for the people who were running the bakery. And I don't know, I mean,
And it
It's
might
just
be, I'm
strange.
just throwing this out, might be because that would have been covered by the psych grant, which works with the opiate addiction. And so people who are in the opiate addiction that are working are given an opportunity to work under a psych grant and to receive those necessary items for employment. So that might be why those have been removed.
Any other questions? So Lauren did approve everything that was on our list already.
yes.
Do we have a motion to approve or any more conversation?
I'll make a motion to approve the opioid funding for medication assisted team. What's the total amount? Did you see that?
19,900.
Yeah, 19,900.
Do we have a second?
Since Lauren approved it, I mean, I don't see any reason why we should not. So I'll second the motion.
Yeah.
Call the roll when you're ready, Angie.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Teddy?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
very much. We appreciate it. I'll be happy to report back whatever you require.
Okay, thank you. Item 5, discuss opioid funds for Embark. Is someone here from them?
They are not, but I think I can, Chris Pollard is actually the one that reached out about this particular request. She works with pregnant mothers who are in recovery, this is just an incentive for them to stay clean. And it's a long proposal. But I think it's a really good program to invest in and award the money for, because we've got mothers, not only mothers, but we've got children, children that's involved in it also. So I don't know a whole lot about it. I've read over some of the proposal, but I'm sure if it's in this packet that Laura has approved everything that was on there. There was a couple of questions that we had, and I sent them back to Chris to address, and she took care of that. So, and they are requesting $47,000. It is, I'm trying to find their kind of mission statement on what, so I can at least let everyone know that part of it. It's a prevention program that supports mothers and babies through pregnancy and delivery. Services include OB, pediatric care, mental health care, substance use treatment, promoting health and safety for both mother and babies, and flexible financial supports to address concrete needs such as housing and utilities, baby supplies, transportation, and food. It helps keep the child in the home with the parents, with the mother, and I think it would be a great program for us to award the opioid money to.
Sounds like a good program. Has it been cleared? Do we have to send that off and get it checked?
I don't know about this one. Do you know if this one?
Is Lauren?
By Lauren.
I don't. When I emailed, I just assumed when they were in here that it was that was approved by? Okay. And it's actually KBC, which is, somebody tell me what that stands for. She told me it's Kentucky, gosh, I'm gonna pull for messages, because I'm presenting this like a clown.
It really does help the mothers when they have children.
They don't actually do drug treatment. We make sure moms get to her treatment appointments and OB appointments. We also do parenting education and give incentives for keeping their appointments while having negative drug screens.
That's been by Lauren too.
Can I get the name of that program?
It's called Embark.
Okay.
And it's with KBC.
Thank you.
KBC,
All right,
yeah.
honey, bye-bye. Yes, Lauren has approved this one as well.
Okay. It sounds like a great program for this use of the money.
Good.
Do we have a motion to approve the $47,620 for Embark?
I'd like to make that motion, please.
I'll second.
Now that they report back to us, like how the program's going and such.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
every-
I'll make sure.
I think everyone's supposed to report back.
It's
Didn't you?
mandatory,
It's
yeah.
mandatory. Everyone reports back,
Right, and everybody signs the MOU, so these three right here can go ahead and sign their MOUs.
Yeah, okay. That clarifies all that reporting that,
Yes.
that's all. We have a motion, do we have a roll call? I'll get it right in a second.
Jack?
Yes.
Tammy? Deb?
Yes.
Jenny?
Yes.
Judge Allen?
Yes. Item 6, jail commissary report. Welcome.
Hello,
Howdy.
I'm Lieutenant Haley. Joe O'Brien's home had a doctor's appointment, so I'll be doing the commissary reconciliation report.
Okay.
As of April the 1st, 2026, we have a starting balance of $63,152.21 with the total deposits of $25,349.65. Leaves total funds available at $88,501.86. We had a total of expenditures, starting with the inventory, was $13,537.41, $1,593.75 for the med tech, $135.45 total entertainment. 2,146.06 was the total for the work release. 806.36 was half pay total for running the canteen. 1,082.22 was half pay for the extra guard taking the inmates to the doctor appointments. 2,734.36 was the total of inmate fees and co-pays. It leaves a total of $22,035.61, which leaves a total cash balance of $66,466.25 as of May 30th, 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And I will add that the work release inmate program done a great job in Blackie this past weekend
and through the week.
and through the week as well.
The ladies and the men, both.
Both done an excellent job. We appreciate that. Item 7, approve health, FSA, FEBCO, Vision, life insurance plans for Letcher County. You want to take over that, DJ?
On page 5 is all the information for the new policy. The old, what we're currently paying is $791.31, and it went up $20.64. So the new monthly premium will be $811.95 for that base plan that we purchase for every county employee that's full-time. that'd be the first thing that you guys would have to approve, that new rate at $811.95.
And it just raised $20 from last year.
Right, which is not very much at all. I think we have one of the lowest increases, so that's a good thing.
We have a motion to approve that new rate for the insurance base.
When does that take effect? July 1st?
July 1st.
I'll make the motion.
I second.
Call the roll, Angie.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
The dental is totally up to the employee if they want to do that. The county puts in on life insurance, that's the last page. That comes out to $4.05 a month per county employee. So that's what you guys would need to approve. Each full-time county employee, $4.05 a month.
And that's on,
For the $15,000 policy,
and that's the life insurance.
yes.
We have a motion on the $4.05 amount.
I make that motion for the life insurance.
I'll second it.
Call the roll when you're ready, Angie.
Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
The next thing is Fiscal. The admin charge per employee is $6 a month. That's just for them administering every time somebody swipes that card. And that's been the price the whole time. They never raised that, so $6 a month for that.
We have a motion on that $6 amount for administration. Is it?
Administration for Fiscal cards.
I make that motion.
Call the roll, Angie.
Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
And the last thing is fiscal court making the decision how much to put in on the HRA for each full-time employee. We've been doing $1,600 for the year, so
That's been that way for years.
it has been. So you would just need to make the motion and state the amount that you're approving for HRA.
I think we've not raised that any.
No, I was thinking it's been years. Probably need to, some.
Can we,
We've been doing $1,600 for the last several years.
I think we ought to at least move that up to $2,000. That's $400.
Oh, wow.
Is that, will
Is
that
that
be a?
feasible?
That'd be, I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Is
You
it
know.
feasible?
Yeah.
I think that it would be fine.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
That's a wonderful
It
thing
is.
anyway.
It's a big help.
Employees.
Insurance is tough anymore. I've dealt with it all
You
year.
know, that's-
I've been aggravated all
That's that
year.
much off their deductible that they don't have to worry about right there.
That's right.
And if it's somebody that buys the buy-it plan, the deductible is $2,000, so that would greatly benefit them too.
It is good.
Call the roll, Angie.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
That's very generous of the court to do that.
Is that the last thing with
That's
the,
very good.
with the insurances?
That'll mean a lot to a lot of the employees.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good help.
That's last, wouldn't it, DJ?
Yeah, there's not anything else for that.
Okay.
unless, Jamie, does the court need to approve, giving the judge authority to sign all the insurance paperwork?
What did they just vote to?
They approved the rates.
We have a motion for me to sign the insurance documents as they come in.
Because you have to sign
I'll
for
second.
everything, the dental and,
Dental
you know,
vision.
even the things that the employees are gonna pick up on their own. Who seconded that?
I did.
Kenny seconded?
Yeah, Kenny made the
Kenny
motion.
does. Thank you, I'm sorry.
Call the roll when you're ready.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb? Yes. Chetty?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes. Next thing is approval to pay Homes Incorporated for planning and engineering services. This is on the high ground sites that they've been working on, and it kind of goes hand in hand with number 9 as well. It's approved payment of FAHE on the administration services as well. It's work that they've been doing ever since the project started, and DLG's got to the point that they can authorize that payment, so that's what that comes from. And the amount is $310,214 total.
Is that for both of them?
Yes, that's for, includes engineering from Bell Engineering, FAHE oversight, and working with homes as well.
And that's ready to be ground down?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
And they said on, project development activities completed, ERR is completed, project nearing acquisition phase, includes administration expenses for FAHE, engineering expenses by homes, and project planning and development activities by Bell. So it includes all 3 of those in the one. Call the roll when you're ready, Amy.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes. So that takes care of 9, 8 and 9. Item 10, approve the agreement between Letcher County Fiscal Court, Rural Municipal Aid for county road aid funds. You want to read over that, Jim?
Be resolved by the fiscal court is hereby accept all roads and streets to refer to and such contract as being part of the county road system. Fiscal court is hereby ratified and adopt all statements, representations, warranties, covenants, and agreements contained in said contract. Is hereby accept said contract and by such acceptance agrees to all the terms and conditions therein stated, and the county judge executive of the county shall authorize and direct to sign said contract except for on behalf of the fiscal court of Letcher County. And the county clerk of Letcher County shall authorize and direct to certify thereto.
We have a motion to approve the agreement with Rural Municipal Aid.
I make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Call the roll.
Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny? Deb?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes. Item 11, first reading of speed limit on CR 1577 Downhill Drive. Got that?
We did get this report from the county surveyor and found the type of resolution up, so now that we have this, we should have one of the next one.
Next meeting? Okay.
Just while we're on that, before I forget, the speed limit's been set on Main Street, Blackett, and Back Street We need to post a speed limit sign, a children's play sign on each end there.
Okay.
Traffic's getting pretty fast down there.
Item 12, discuss DCMC contract. This is kind of renewing their contract with no funding tied to it. They're doing a grant with the city of Jenkins right now that we're kind of involved from the start because Jenkins kind of piggybacked on our grant with them. So this is just continuing that agreement so they can administer their grant with Jenkins. And then they're also looking for additional grants for us if something comes about that we can be involved with. But extending this agreement does not tie us to any funds to DCMC. I just need a motion to extend.
I'll make a motion to extend that agreement.
A second.
I'll roll when you're ready, Angie.
Leah,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. Item 13, approved resolution for the county roads. You got that, Jamie?
Whereas the Letcher County Fiscal Court agrees that the following roads on the attached Appendix A are part of the county road system. Whereas the Letcher County Fiscal Court agrees the following listed roads on the attached Appendix B are not part of the county road system. Whereas the Letcher County Fiscal Court maintains these roads as listed on Appendix A, now therefore be resolved that the Letcher County Fiscal Court agrees the listed roads on Appendix B are part of the county road system, and those listed on Appendix B are not part of the county road system.
That's just going through and cleaning up our road.
We've had that same one for a long time.
Yeah. You see that last page, that's the ones in Appendix B. Got a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
You have a second.
A second.
Any other questions? Call the roll.
Kenny,
Yes.
Leah,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. I think our condition's working good, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm going to that.
These pants are so, about 10 degrees colder than y'all.
That's really cold. Oh, goodness.
Item 14, approved resolution for procurement code for the Clement Neon Housing Apartments. You got that, Jamie?
Yeah, they just essentially sent us a, sort of a model procurement code anytime we're doing these CDBG type projects, these are the, these are the techniques that we use, which is really right in line with our insurance code. There's not that much difference at all. So it would just be a matter of a motion to approve this KCDBG procurement code, in this CDBG project grant application.
It's pretty much the same standards that we always go with. We have a motion to approve that resolution.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
That just pertains to Twin Neon Apartments. Okay.
Call the roll, Angie.
Jack,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Leah,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Judge Adams.
Yes. Item 15, approve the new hires. R.D. Wright, sanitation. Caden Fox, sanitation. Cole Howard, sanitation. Caleb Caudle on the road. Gavin Adams on the road. Michael Markham, sanitation. James O'Rourke for the jail. And Chandler Lane in sanitation. We have a motion to approve the new hires.
I'll make that motion for new hires.
We have a second.
Them two in the road department, they've got sanitation pay, is that a typo there?
Well, aren't they,
They are,
have CDLs or anything like that? It would-
those are actually tractor operators, and both of them have been new to the mowing, and just as soon as they
Then they'll get the road.
comfortable, they'll move them up in pay.
Okay.
So probably the next pay period, they'll be at that because they're doing a great job for us. Did we get a second?
Did I make?
You made the motion.
I'll say.
Call roll, Angie.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny? Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes. Item 16, first reading FY 26 budget amendment number 3. Ms. DJ.
This is an ordinance relating to fiscal year 25-26 annual budget and amendment thereof, whereas the Letcher County Fiscal Court has realized unbudgeted receipts from the following funds, be it ordained by the Letcher County Fiscal Court of the Commonwealth of Kentucky that the budget for fiscal year 26 is amended to increase receipts in general fund 4731, $1,778,22.06. The road fund 5404, $1,577,084.52. The buyout fund 4504, $1,882,890.30, and the jail fund 034508, $500,000. It will also increase appropriations in the general fund 019200 999 $1,778,22.06. Road fund 029200 999 $1,577,084.52. The jail fund 039200 999 $500,000, and the buyout fund 889200 999 $1,882,890.30. The total for revenues and appropriations is $5,737,996.88. The amounts adjusting the revenue accounts in section 1 for governmental purposes approved by the Letcher County Fiscal Court on this 18th day of May 2026.
We have a motion on the first reading of the budget amendment number 3.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Call roll, Angie.
Chetty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes. Item 17, the treasurer's report.
The general fund beginning balance $2,119,564.20. Revenue received $284,178.02. Transferred in $8,227.74. Dispersed $330,097.62. Transferred out $1,710,401. Ending cash balance is $371,471.34. And remember, that is the money that was supposed to go in the buyout that we transferred back out last meeting. Because that's such a large sum, I wanted to point that out. Road and Bridge Fund beginning balance $5,132,000.03. Revenue received of $232,294.89, transferred in $561,392.29, dispersed $687,049.49. Any cash balance is $5,238,696.72. The jail fund beginning balance $54,711.39. Revenue received of $17,379.68, transferred in $50,000, dispersed $90,013.67 for an ending cash balance of $32,077.40. LGPA fund beginning balance $746,365.78. Revenue received $11,826.27, dispersed $147,463.32, transferred out $50,000. Any cash balance is $560,728.73. Forestry fund beginning and ending balance is $2,768.20 with no disbursements and no revenue. The Horse Trail CD has $40,000. The ARPA fund beginning balance $196,460.89. Revenue received $24.22, no disbursements. Any cash balance is $196,485.11. Police Memorial Fund beginning and ending balance is $105 with no receipts and no disbursements. The Tourism Martin Van Bates Fund beginning and ending balance is $73,875 with no revenue and no disbursements. Marlow Water and Wastewater Project beginning and ending balance $11.28, no revenue, no disbursements. The Floodline Fund beginning balance $23,039.94, revenue received $4.74, no disbursements. Ending cash balance is $24,044.68. The county court clerk storage fees beginning balance $14,426.06. Revenue received $12,52.99. No disbursements. Any cash balance is $15,679.05. Disaster relief fund beginning balance $12,246.98. Revenue received $2.52. No disbursements. Any cash balance is $12,249.50. Former City of Blackie fund beginning balance $52,092.96. Revenue received $17.87. Disbursements $219.99. Any cash balance is $51,890.84. EK Safe beginning balance $3,487,270.87. Revenue received $419.97. Disbursements $28,250. Transferred out $1,099,893.90. Any cash balance is $2,359,546.94. The local assistance and travel fund beginning balance $100,384.93. Revenue received $12.38. No disbursements. Any cash balance is $100,397.31. The National Opioid Settlement Fund beginning balance $562,643.56. Revenue received of $31,988.52. Dispersed $20. Any cash balance is $594,612.08. The buyout fund beginning balance $799,864.67. Revenue received $55,766.08. Transferred in $1,710,401. Voided check for $11,270. Dispersed $297,909.44. The ending cash balance is $2,279,392.31. The grant account beginning balance $4,826,295.94. Revenue received $11,751.80. Transferred in $530,273.87. Dispersed $1,790,284.19. Ending cash balance is $3,578,37.42. ABC account beginning balance $10,813.51. Revenue received $4,662.92. No disbursements. Ending cash balance is $15,476.43. The housing account has had no activity. The next page is a recap of your bank balances. Then you have your sanitation, rec center, and tourism reports.
DJ, on that Marlow water, wastewater project, is that, can we close that account out, or?
Well, my understanding on that is that they have to withhold $5,000. So it's like not ready to be closed out yet. My understanding is that that $5,000 will be owed to CRAD for their administrative fees. So, until that happens, we have to leave that account open.
So that 5,000 will come into that account, and then we'll disperse
We would
it?
get that money from whatever the funds is that's coming into that account.
Right,
Do
okay.
you remember if that's an AML, ARC, USDA? I don't remember right off what that was. I'd have to look back because it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Been a long time.
Okay. Alrighty. Any questions on the treasurer's report? We'll move on to the transfers.
We just have one transfer from LGEA to the jail fund, $50,000.
Got a motion on the transfer of $50,000.
I'll make the motion.
Got a second?
I second.
Call the roll.
Dan?
Yes.
Chitty?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Joe Evans?
Yes. Item 19, submit bills for payment. They got any question on the bill docket? Reason not to pay one. And that last sheet is this an extra to that?
Yeah, that was an add-on. I just got that bill from Steph at the City Hall at Neon on Friday, so that one, that comes up that green account. For the Fleming Neon Rising Initiative,
That's the one we're just, the pass-through of that.
yes.
We'll move on to public comment. Anita Robinson was here earlier, so we'll move to Jimmy Ray Burke and Xavier. Oh, what?
I'm sorry, I thought you were saying that you want to hear from them first.
Are you with?
I'm with Apple Red Legal Aid.
Okay. Yeah, y'all go ahead. We'll wait. We'll get through those things.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so my name's Evan Smith. I'm here from Apple Red Legal Aid. It's great to be back here in Letcher County where I grew up. So Judge Anderson, the magistrates, first off, sorry, I guess we didn't quite get this in your all's packets early enough. But my coworker here, Devin Skeen, we got some pieces down here to pass out. But we wanted to both start a conversation, but also present a concrete proposal about spending a little bit of those opioid funds. You all are doing a nice job with that. And really, what we're here to do is to really supplement some of the other work that's being done through groups like the Hub. And so I want to start by just telling you a little bit about what we do at Apple Red in case you're not familiar. So I think most everybody knows that in this country, if you get charged with a crime, you get appointed a public defender if you can't afford a lawyer. But For civil cases, that's everything from your family law cases, landlord-tenant, foreclosure, just a whole variety of the other cases that would end up, for Judge Whitaker, Judge Kraft. Then you don't get an appointed lawyer. Instead, we're a nonprofit that's there to try to help some low-income and vulnerable people that aren't going to be able to hire their own lawyer. And so one thing that we've been doing a lot of work on through what we call Project Renew in this area over the past 5 years or so is finding ways to help people that got substance use disorder, help with some of their civil problems. Because what we often find is that as people are getting out of the treatment phase, as they're really getting to the point where we want them to successfully re-enter society, they've got some legal issues that are holding them back. And the simplest and most concrete thing people think about are your expungements. People have some old crimes that are preventing them from being able to get some of the jobs, whether it's going to be a CDL, whether maybe it's a job in the healthcare industry, something like that. It's going to be a regulated profession. Those old criminal convictions are holding you back. And so we do thousands of expungements each year. We've been able to help people throughout our service area. We serve 37 counties all the way over to the Lake Cumberland area, but certainly Letcher County is right there in the heart of that. And so the model that we've been doing with other counties using their local opioid funds, and then we've been, ever since they've done it from the beginning, we've been a grantee from the State Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission. We also use it using the state and local funds both, is we have a model that's called recovery clinics. And so what we do is we work with partners like the Hub, like Mountain Comp, again, like Jamie Hatton's office, etc. We think about all the people that can help refer us some local people. We have an event where we again make those connections. We help as many people as we can on site, but then we also, a lot of times people need in-court work later on, and so we take those relationships, we take those cases back, and then we work them afterwards. And so this has been a good way to, again, supplement. We have normal intake channels. My coworker Devin will be able to tell you more about that. He's the head of our local office in Hazard that covers Letcher County. But again, this is kind of an additional outreach opportunity, because what we often find is that people that had issues with opioids, sometimes they're falling between the cracks. Some of the normal systems that are there to serve them, they're not always get connected with. So again, this is a way we can help them with everything from expungements, talking to them about what might be a pathway to get custody back for their kids, really just whatever civil legal issues they have. A lot of times they've got issues with housing stability and other things. And so, anyway, I'd be happy to answer any other questions about that broadly, but let me just quickly introduce you to my coworker Devin, and he can tell you just a little bit about what he does out of the Hazard office.
Good morning, y'all. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Devin Skanes. I've been the directing attorney at the Hazard Apple Red office now for a couple of years, and we cover Letcher County in addition to 5 other counties. Where we now have 2 attorneys out of our Hazard office. We had 3. Hopefully we will have 3 again soon. We do basically any civil legal work outside of, I like to tell people, outside of car accidents, you name it, we probably touch on it somewhere. And the thing about our clients is that without us, there is no option for a lot of them. Private attorneys cost money, usually by the hour, for the kinds of cases that we take. And that's the role that we fill, is we prevent folks from having to come up with $1,500 or $2,000 or $2,500 to pay a retainer for a private lawyer, because for a lot of folks that we are serving, that might as well be $1 million. They would never be able to come up with that amount of money. Some of them, it may be illegal for them to have that much money at a time. If they're SSI recipients, they could get in trouble with Social Security for having more than $2,000 in assets at any given time. So a lot of our clients are unable to hire lawyers on the private market because they make so little money. And in civil cases, they're not entitled to a lawyer. They're not appointed one by the court. The Constitution doesn't entitle them to one. And so if not for us, there would be no one. And so we fill a role, and Congress has for a long time now recognized the role that we fill in funding the Legal Services Corporation. Apple Red has been in Eastern Kentucky since 1971. I've been in private practice in my life, and I can tell you right now that this is the job I've done in my career that I am most proud of. is serving folks who have no other options in Eastern Kentucky. Our Project Renew folks are some of the most vulnerable. There are people who are coming out of going into recovery, coming out of addiction. And those folks are particularly susceptible to the gut-wrenching nature of poverty because they already come into that from a place of addiction. And that makes those problems, it compounds those problems so much. And when you have other legal issues, like housing, like family court, like expungement, you have all of those legal issues that you have to pay somebody for. Coming up with that money for these folks is impossible. Without us, there is no one to solve those legal issues for them. And that's what I love so much about this program. That's what I love so much about what I hope that we can count on Letcher County to assist us with, is that these clinics really do get to the heart of what can we help you do in court, and what can we do for free. All of our work is free. So if folks need an expungement because they can't get a job because their criminal record is keeping them from being hired, we can help with that, and we can do it for free. Private lawyers can't. Are you having issues getting into an apartment complex because of your criminal record? We can help with that. Are you having issues with a landlord, you're being evicted? We can help with that. Are you having issues getting custody or visitation with your child? We can help with that too. There's so many different ways that we can help folks in the court system or in the public benefit system. Are you having issues accessing Medicaid? Are you having issues with Medicare? Are you having issues with SSI or SSDI? We can help with all of those things, and we do it for absolutely free. And so that's, in my time leading the hazard office, we've taken almost 500 cases just in the last 2 years. 500 individuals that we have assisted in our 6 counties. A stat that I love to tell folks, Apple Red in the last 2 years, program-wide, Eastern and South Central Kentucky, we have kept almost $800,000 in Eastern Kentuckians' pockets that would have gone either back to the federal government or to some corporation from outside of here. I'm very, very proud of that stat because I think it's very important. Folks are poor enough as it is without either the government or corporations coming and taking more and more and more. And we can keep that money here in these folks' pockets and then build them sustainably in their home here in Eastern Kentucky. That's our goal. We're first and foremost poverty prevention, and that's what we find. So as far as our office in hazard is concerned, we're always fighting a good fight. We appreciate any assistance y'all can do.
And so, just to make this concrete, what you see there is that we're proposing $18,000. That's what we've been going to the other counties and doing. We've done this with Perry County, Belt County, Laurel County. We're in the process of doing some others. We've got a bit of a different model in Floyd County where we're actually just funding a full-time position there to do this work. But we're proposing something smaller here to start building a relationship with you guys on this type of work. And so anyway, like I said, wanted to start a conversation about this, and this would be something that would be best to talk about between now and the next meeting, or talk about the next meeting. We'd be happy to do that as well. But
so you do go to other fiscal courts of the 7 counties?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so we're, we've been doing this with Perry County now for, I guess it's been about a year and a half, and also the city of Hazard. They've got a partnership with both the city and the county funds that we've been doing with Tim Ison there that was coordinating their opioid dollars when he was there. But yeah, so this is something, like I said, we've been a grantee of the Opioid Victim Advisory Commission from the beginning. It's helpful if we can just kind of give you plug and play the numbers for the annual reporting. We do all the annual reporting ourselves anyway, so we want to make that, we know that's very important. We want to make that as simple for you guys as possible.
Jamie, is that something we can act on today, or?
Yes.
They've already, I guess, vetted with Lauren on the other.
Stacy didn't get this till this morning. It was emailed to her Friday, so this hasn't been by Lauren yet.
The other counties, though, you're already working in the other counties under
but
this.
Like I said, but different counties have their own processes, and I'll just say, whatever process you guys want to do, we're going to work with you guys on that. Yeah, we're not here to try to, push something down your throat.
So, we could approve it on the results of talking with Stacy, talking with Lauren.
It is going to be approved.
It will be approved,
It's going to be
yeah.
approved, and it's
Yeah, I
our-
said, yeah, this is
It's a service
yeah, in
that's
there, yeah,
desperately
statute
needed.
allows for recovery supports, and that's what this falls within. But certainly, you guys do your own diligence, and we're happy to do any approval subject to, confirmation.
It's such a valuable service.
It is.
It is. At my office, every day, financial ability is such a barrier to success for so many people. They come to me as a prosecutor's office, and I can only do so much as a prosecutor without crossing the line. But they need
representation.
That's great. They need to succeed, and it's sad to me to see people. Justice is some people can't afford justice. And people take that for granted.
Wow.
Some people they just can't. They can't get there. They can't afford to get there.
And we do what we can with the funding sources that we have, but I'm here because I want to do more for Letcher County, and that's what this fund allows us to do, is to have some concentrated services right here for local residents.
And folks that's been through drug abuse and need the help, we need to give them every leg up we can. Yep. So I think the motion would be contingent on Stacy getting with the folks at Frankfurt that we approve going forward with the $18,000 for Apple Red.
I'll make that motion, that pending approval.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Call the roll when you're ready, Angie.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Teddy?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Judge Allen?
Yes. And we do appreciate all the service you all provide.
We appreciate all the services you guys
My
provide.
biggest question is, didn't I coach you in T-ball?
I'm sorry I wasn't any better. The Nuggets.
Oh, you did fine. Thank y'all very much.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Sorry for not getting this to you guys early.
Yeah, that's fine. That's her, isn't it? Jimmy Burke, welcome.
I haven't had a chance to give you all this. This is my proposal. I currently work for the Fiscal Court. As all of you all community members you probably drove past Thornton Park or Ison Park or the gazebo or the Yellow Park, or there's multiples. I just done for the Outlaws, a couple of the different places. We, as long as with Letcher County Jail, help with Blackie. This is a proposal I'd like to hand out to you all.
Yeah.
Have a copy, please. All I'm asking for is a fair compensation and wage for men employees. With that being said, I would like to also say, I appreciate everyone here and for the opportunity. I enjoy helping the community, our children. I have children myself. I have 6 kids of my own.
Give me 2 more of them, Jim.
Okay. With that being said, the price of fuel has went up tremendously. The cost of living has went up tremendously. Most rent is $600 a month. That's a minimum. Okay. I cleared $615 in 2 weeks. That's what I cleared as an employee. With that being said, I can't afford my fuel, my groceries, my home, living. Everything in here, you're more than welcome, everybody here is more than welcome to call and verify this information yourself. I have done this research, I have charged for it and everything. Only thing I'm asking out of this court is a fair wage for me and my co-worker as well, the day dragon. We come out, we do our best every day, and we try our hardest for this county, because I want a clean community for us, for our children, for your children, your grandchildren, generations to come. And I clear usually roughly $22,000. That's before taxes a year.
I will say that Jimmy and
I want to go about this respectfully with all you all, with everyone. You know, I wanted to come and present myself to you all. I feel like that is the best way to go about it, you know. Get factual documents, bring it, and speak to you all. You know, I mean, that's the best way to go about it.
Now, do they do, says facility upkeep, do they do other than mowing and?
Oh, we mow, we pick up the trash, any trees that need to be trimmed. I mean, multiple things. There is, like ice and ball field, we had some vandalism problems. I reported it. I don't know if anything had gotten done about it, or a little free library had gotten destroyed. The fences have gotten tore down. I mean, we've had a lot of major issues with, like Yellow Park. When I went over there, okay, I'm not speaking badly on anyone who works there. We have an employee who was over this before me, okay? We had a flood in 25 and we had a flood in 22, okay, correct? Right. I want to understand why there was this much mud underneath the shelter in Yellow Park. Why there's no power at Yellow Park, no water at Yellow Park. I know they're getting ready to do some construction work, I understand that as well. Yeah. You know, but my understanding is okay, we're trying our best to keep it well maintained for our community. Like when we cut, we make sure we blow up around everything. We blow leaves off. Anything that needs to be done in that matter. Any trash is down, we try to pick up any trash that we see, anything that could be harmful to any children, anyone for that matter, you know, any citizen of the community. We try to make sure, you know, like even down to the trash is sticking out. Like down at Ice and Ball Field, I had spoken with the other employees and I'd asked them about the trash and they said, well, you know, the ball field usually does that. Okay, I left it for 2 weeks to make sure of that. It was never touched. I had to take that trash out myself. I didn't care to, because that is part of my job, you know. I like making sure like everything's done. We try to do everything to our best of our knowledge. We try to spray if it needs sprayed. We try to do everything that we possibly can. But at the same time, we're just a two-man crew. It's me and one other.
And they're doing a great job at the parks.
And that's why I want to come and respectfully propose this.
We generally, in giving raises to the employees, we give raises across the board. The salary, starting salary is the same for everyone. The jail, sanitation.
I've previously worked here before. I am a rehaler. I will say that. I've had Randall's tractors. I have done a lot of the road work for it. I have helped in a lot of different ways. And honestly, with all due respect, I feel like that an entry level pay is not feasible for my family or my means for my family. And that's why I'm coming before you with this proposal.
But like I said, we generally give, when we give raises to the employees, we give them across the board to everybody. And just to pick out a couple or one person or whatever to give a raise, it puts the court in a bind to do that.
See, in the past, you know, as everyone in here is aware, my father takes care of Fiscal. Me and my father didn't have a good, actually dead, and Chris was actually my foster parents at one time. Okay? My dad does take care of Fiscal. He makes 12 something an hour. Mind you this. Okay? He got mad about it, and a bunch of people did get mad when I asked for a raise. Well, also at the same understanding, this county here pays his bills. So what bills does he really have? I pay my bills. I pay power, water, rent. You gotta take gas for fuel, to and from work. I mean, and that's it. I'm literally having to borrow $50 to $200 every paycheck. And that's just with me buying my necessities for me and my family. And that's on a minimum basis.
I hate to say it, but you could probably make more if you were working for yourself. you know, 8 hours a day.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 100% correct. Now, my work speaks for itself. You're more than welcome to go around and look at my work.
Oh, they're doing a great job.
They are.
In all their parts.
They are.
And I've had no complaints.
Yeah, well, I've had actual thank you emails, you know? And there's not a lot that get that.
That's right.
But I feel like we can look in at this point and, you know, DJ can run the numbers, see if we can provide a raise for everybody and what amount that could be if we do. And I understand it's not a lot of money, and we've worked tirelessly to get that amount up for our employees over the years.
And I do want to clarify, I wanted to know for sure, am I the supervisor over Park and Recs?
No.
Okay, so when I came in and talked, you said you needed someone over Parks and Recs, which my wife was also in the office with as long as Stacy and others that was in there. When I started, I was told to report to Jeremiah, okay? When I asked about if Jeremiah was my supervisor, he tells me he's not my supervisor. And then when I asked you said he's my coordinator. But when I asked Jeremiah where the parks is, he tells me he does not have a clue where any of the park is. He does not help at all. Not one time has he helped either employee. I can even have Jordan Adams, who was the previous employee. He can come in and verify that as well. I don't understand why he's been a coordinator or a supervisor on over top of us when I'm the one who is out here in the field who is supervising these men to make sure that everything gets done.
He was coordinating getting the equipment ready and
he didn't even do that, Terry, to be honest with you. He did not. I had to ask him, I had to help him find the buggy. I had to make sure that he didn't even know for sure that the hose, he did not know that the hose was cut on the sprayer. I helped fix that. I talked him through what he needed for the John Deere mower. Because he made a comment to me, even though I have experience I worked with John Deere. I was on their mow team. I was the team lead on their mow crew in Greenville, Tennessee. I know I had went from mowing for their mow crew to building their mowers. I know every aspect there is to know about that mower. Okay? I was out there working on it one day. He comes out there, he looks at me, he says, I've built airplanes, you need to move. I said, well, I'm not being rude, but I've built these mowers right here. And then I did step away, and I let him do his thing. But with all due respect, I do feel like that we deserve one thing.
My question is, why would one guy at Fish Farm get $12.40 and they get $10.61?
That's
Jack Fishbone's went through all the raises. He's been a while.
He's been there enough to get the raises. This is the starting pay.
Let me ask you this, are they just in the parks?
I also did do some work at the recreation center as well, taking down Warren and everything.
They've basically been doing the mowing on the parks. They helped with the buyout properties there in Blackie. There's no question that they're doing a great job and doing what they need to do, but unless you also choose to do something different, we give raises to the entirety of the employees when we give raises.
Well, you know, we've had the road department ask for raises. We've had the jail ask for raises.
And when I took this position, the employees is making $750 as a operator.
As an operator. But my honest opinion, I have ran that trailer on multiple occasions. Let me be honest with you and straightforward with this court right now. I sat in an air-conditioned cab. That's a whole lot different than being out here on the side of a mountain like a mountain goat, weed eating these hills, or being on a mower and mowing out in the hot sun and in 100 degrees. I don't see why they should be making $12.51 an hour and I'm making $10.61, and I'm out here like a mountain goat on the side. You got a mountain goat on the side of the mountain, sweating my guts out. That's fair.
Yeah.
But you have sanitation workers, they're working hard, and they deserve a raise too.
And I've
You
done
know.
that as well. I have done garbage as well. I have run around. I will say that their job is dirty. It is a tough job. I will admit to that. But I will say this as well too. They do have the option to get back in the cab into the air conditioner. We do not have that option. I will not down talk their job because their job is hard. I've done it as well. And they do deserve more money as well. I agree with that.
So, is there any kind of motion, or you all want DJ to look into maybe putting a raise together for all the employees?
I'd rather do that.
I'd like to see what that number is.
Let's
Yeah, I'd
look
like to
at
see
it and
what that
Can you do that, DJ?
I think that system is what prevents us from raising people to the type of work that they're doing. It's the across the board raises.
Yeah.
I just feel like that, I know what kind of work that is. I know, not that I do it, but Chris has done it for years. I know what kind of work that is. And it deserves more pay than what someone who is checking people into the rec center, or someone who, we just have to take that duties into consideration when we're.
Well, see, I worked all my life in a union, and we had tiers for what you're doing, your job, and I thought that was a pretty good system. I like that.
Would you mind if I show you this real quick? This is a mower operator job. This is in West Virginia. It is starting out at $17 to $20 an hour. That's just the zero-turn operator. That's it. That's all they want is a zero-turn operator. I've called Perry County, I've called Pike County, I've called Mountain County, I've called Wesley County, I've called Floyd County. I've got their wages. It's in this paperwork right here. Everything that I put in this document, I made sure it's factual, and you can even call yourself and verify this information. I want you all to have a fair wage for your employees, but I also want it to be fair for our county. I understand that you all are on a budget. I understand that.
It's a sad time when you go to the top of the hill at Black Diamond gas station and make $13 there.
Is that?
Selling gas.
Yeah, it's just,
I have to work 2 hours to buy 1 gallon of gas.
but I do understand, like you said, it's their budget. It's, the money.
I mean,
Is there any kind of motion?
Have DJ check into, can you make that a motion? Have DJ check in?
She can do
See
that.
what
She can
across the
present
board.
that at the next court meeting.
Okay.
That work?
Do y'all want to do like a set number, raise, or percentage?
Both, if you can.
Yeah, I can.
Anything else, Jim? Appreciate you all. And I do appreciate everything y'all do for the county.
Yeah, I do too.
100%.
the opportunity to help.
Thank you. Mindy? Yes. Yeah. Sorry to keep you, Mindy.
No, you were fine, I remember these meetings all too well. So a couple of weeks ago, Jack had contacted me, telling me they were needing someone to take over the overseeing of the yellow park. I told Jack I'll find him someone, and I tried to find anybody else. But at this point, nobody else would agree to do it. And I always want to take care of my side of the mountain and do anything I can to help. So I told Jack I would do it until I felt comfortable with somebody else maybe stepping in or anything. But upon going and looking at the park, and once I picked up the keys from Donald Hawk, the Eggo, I picked up the keys from him and went and took some looks at everything, and we talked about it a little bit. Me and him and Jack looked at things at the park and things that, I hate to say it, but our park is becoming run down. It's been there quite a while. Me and Jack thought 15 years ago. Once I got a copy of the lease, I realized it's been a little over 20 something years. And most of what's there was originally there. The play equipment was originally there. And part of the lease states that the leasee, which is the county, shall keep it in clean and good repair. And you've done that most of the time. I can't complain about how the park was before. But now that things are starting to run down, and I know these pictures are not great, you're welcome to pass around and look at them. The play equipment is where the biggest issue is, other than, you've got what, a couple of weeks before they'll be ready to start on the carpet.
They're doing, I'm not an engineer, so I can't
Yeah.
put it in engineer terms, but they're basically just gonna repair the waterways that when, more water does come, it's not gonna wipe everything out every time.
Yeah, so that's the biggest issue with the park right now, is where the flood took the back area where the walking track is. But also our play equipment is beginning to fall apart. You can see our little roundy slide that the kids love so much. The whole bottom of it is busted off now. And I know the county came over and placed some two-go boards at the top of it to kind of prevent the kids from going down it. But I can promise you they're still going down it. You know how kids are. This was like the greatest slide ever. When I was young, out in Virginia at what was B-Bottom, they had that twisty slide. That was the greatest slide ever. So I'm bummed out that our slide is messed up over there. And then on the metal part where the kids walk and stuff, there's like a, almost like a rubber coating, but it's all peeling up. So I would love to replace it entirely, the entire play set. I looked up prices of replacing the entire play set, and you're looking at about $25,000 to replace the whole thing. I know there's a lot of grants out there, and me and Jack had talked. We have a sensory park in Whitesburg, but I can tell you we have a lot of children on my side of the mountain who would benefit from a sensory park. Not that we have any more than anybody else, but we don't have that available unless they come over here. And if you've ever seen a child who has sensory issues try to play with just regular equipment, it's hard on them. So if we could do something like that, I know there's grants like we talked about. A lot of grants around. A lot of them want the county to put up half, and they'll put up half, but there's things we can do. And from the sounds of things, the park is getting ready to be under construction anyway in the next couple of weeks. So that's something, Jack, we may need to look at and not schedule any parties or anybody to use the park at that time. I don't know how much they have to block off or what all they'll have to do, but I'm assuming it's probably safer not to have parties there.
And they're putting in like a ginormous boulder, so So at that time, you probably don't want to do rentals for the park, and maybe you could let me know when that's going to be, so we'll know not to do any rentals. But that would also be a perfect time for you to look at the play equipment and replace it or repair it. You can buy just those slides, just those little twisty slides, and maybe do some washing. The slides are dirty with birds. I complain because my car is always dirty with birds too. But there's things that need to be repaired and cleaned there on that play equipment that can be fixed or completely replaced. It's been there almost 20-some years. As we were talking about the water situation, there is no power at the park right now. So that power needs to be hooked up so that you can get the water flowing again. The bathrooms do have about that much mud in them, because behind the bathrooms, when we get a big rain, it just washes down the hill and into the bathrooms. So at some point, and maybe while we're already doing construction there, if we could do a ditch behind the bathrooms or some type of culvert or something to prevent all that water from flowing into the bathrooms.
There's need a
Because it not only hits the bathrooms, but also hits the concession stand. And, I walked in yesterday and looked around, and those are nice bathrooms and nice concession stands compared to some of the other parks I've been to. They're pretty nice, but we need to keep them up because the mud's going to take them if we don't. And that washing down the hill. And like he was talking about the big amount of mud that was under the pavilions. It's coming down that hill, and there's no ditch to it, so it's just washing right out into the play area.
It's coming off the road, ain't it?
Yeah, it's coming off of the road. Another thing I asked Jack is because we do have such a large bear population, not just in the area, but all of Letcher County, but we only have one bear-proof can there. I don't know the price of a bear-proof can, but if we could get another one of those somewhere in the park, because like I was telling Jack, there is a bear-proof can in the back of the park, But let's be honest, people are lazy. If they're in the front of the
They'll
car,
throw it down.
They'll throw it down. on us. And
It needs to be in the front by the stage.
it would be good to have it there, but an extra one would be wonderful.
Yeah.
We had the barrels or open lids, but you know, bears are really smart creatures, and they can open those up like it ain't nothing. I watched one open a padlock. Me and my husband, he opened a padlock and opened a deep freezer, got out a jar of peanut butter and unscrewed the jar of peanut butter and ate it. So they're very smart creatures. So you know, another bear-proof can would be a wonderful addition to the park there too, to keep it down. When you first come into the park, there is the stage area, we call it. From what I was told, some human took it upon themselves to use the bathroom on that area, and so they had to take down a section of the wall, I guess, and then somebody else decided to draw on it a little bit. But if we could have just some of those repairs, those are simple repairs, they're not really expensive repairs or anything. And I told Jack I would love to have a camera system there, but there's no Wi-Fi. If we could have something, I told Jack I'd put up a trail cam, because somebody want to use the bathroom in the park, I mean, on the walls, come on. They need to be called out in public for that.
Those are 2 storage rooms, aren't they?
They're 2 storage rooms, and there are folding chairs in one of those storage rooms. And I told Jack, once the park is repaired, like, I would love to open that up and do a monthly singing of some type, you know?
Yes.
For me,
Yes.
and inner bluegrass. But I know our teenagers like other things, so if we could open that up once a month to something like that. And you know, I told Jack, I said the concession stand is a wonderful concession stand. If we could offer that, if your church or your youth group or something wants to sponsor this, you're responsible for the concessions for whatever we have that weekend. I know Campbell's Ranch had the inside square dance, and I had more fun at that than I have anything else in Letcher County, I'll just tell you. So I know that their roof is in disarray there and they can't have it anymore. But I told Jack it was so much fun, I'd love to open that up to my side of the mountain, as I call it. But before we do anything, I think safety has to be the main issue.
Sure.
I don't think the county wants a lawsuit from some kid getting hurt on play equipment that can be easily repaired or replaced. So that's why I come before you today, just asking you to repair and replace the play equipment and help us to upkeep the park.
Then you were wondering about sanitation. What did we come up with on sanitation for that?
I told you I wasn't sure. I know Donald that done it before told me that what he done was when they rented the park, he charged a $25 deposit besides whatever they paid to rent the park. And if you take your garbage home with you, you get that $25 back.
Yes.
So he said that worked some. They still had some trash they had to deal with, but we know a dumpster over there is not going to be a good idea.
And you asked him, and he said, well, what do you do with it? He said, I take it home.
He said, I take it and put it in mine.
Yeah.
And it just kind of depends on how much garbage you have. If it's just a bag, that's not a big deal, but if you have 10 or 12 bags, that's an issue.
Well, see, they pick up on the old on Friday, and if you have a bunch on the weekend prior, and they say, well, we're not going to pick up the trash.
Yeah, remember I told you we did a cleanup, spring cleanup one year, and it said the bears uncleaned it for us.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, if there's a party, like on a Saturday or something, and we need to run a truck over and get that trash, just let us know.
We can call and you
just call, and we'll, once them guys get in, we'll send one of them over.
And you know, I did like the idea of the $25 deposit, take the trash with you, get your $25 back, I think. And Donald said that did work out very well for them. The majority of the people took their trash, and he said all they had to do was clean up like on days that they didn't have a rented thing or something. But he said that might be a bag a week if nobody's renting it. So if it's okay with the county, we'll continue the $25 deposit.
Yeah.
And then whatever they, I think it was it 35 to rent the park, I think, 25.
What did he
He
say?
gave it to me and I got it
Okay.
somewhere.
30, maybe it was 35 to rent
It was
the park.
35 to rent the park, and then they did another 25 as a deposit, and then they gave the 25 back.
Yeah.
Once you clean it back to yourself.
And a little history on that, the flooding on the walking track part. In 22, that got flooded and washed out. And we got that repaired back, and then February 25, it done it again. The stream mitigation, the stabilization, they're going to come in there and put in to my understanding, a J-hook, is that? Of boulders out in the stream preceding the park. That way it kind of directs that water where it needs to go so it don't just run right into the park.
Basically changing the river.
Creek's gonna take the park. There is a couple of trees on the bottom end that need to be cut also. They're bending over into the river. And just below the park is a beaver dam. Not a big one yet, but a tree fell, and beavers take opportunity. Tree fell, so they're working on that. So that's gonna back up too. Maybe as they work on that, it might move that, I don't know. But that's gonna back up and take the parking lot of the park and
Yes.
everywhere. But,
And I went over and looked at that piece of equipment where the slide is. From what I gathered, it would probably be better to replace that whole piece of equipment, because like you said, that coating is coming off
it is.
the part that you walk on that, and
That'd probably be sharp too where it's sticking up.
It is very much.
it's
Yeah,
kind of rusty too after that coating goes. It's a metal, coated metal.
And over on the other side where the steps are for the back, the little kiddie slides, somebody's took some wire and twisted it together to hold the handrails onto the steps, but the wire's sticking out. so it's a nice little tennis area there.
Well, kids will get on there barefooted and anything.
Yeah, and kids will play on, even when you say it's not safe, kids are still going to play on it. So, if that could be replaced, completely replaced would be awesome.
Yeah,
that's
we get a
what I
grant
really
for
want, is to have it completely replaced, but at least repaired and not completely replaced.
We will, we'll work with you any way we can. We do appreciate you taking that on.
Well, like I said, until I find somebody.
Right, yeah.
But we do
I
appreciate
just want to make sure, because we've lost our school, we've got a half-a-day post office. We got the general store, well, it's not the general store anymore, it's the flagship barbecue, maybe the valley. Anyway, we've got that halfway, but our park, we have Lively Hope Park that's ran by some citizens, but our parks are used quite a bit with kids and stuff. And I would love to have a sensory park. That's my big ask is for a sensory park, or at least some sensory play equipment.
You may want to have that conversation with Chris that was here from Crane.
Yeah.
On that Century Park about looking at some grants.
He can help with that too, Will.
He sure can.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's I know there's bigger grants out there for a sensory park. Like I said, I looked up some, and most of your grants for just a regular county park play equipment is $25,000 at the most. But when you talk about sensory, you run into more money there.
But it would be awesome over there. I love that park. I think
It's
it
very,
is.
I was standing yesterday, Sunday evening by myself, just standing looking. As you first come in, there's a area that's grassy and it's got the 4 trees around it, which makes perfect shade. And I thought, it's a great park. We have a great opportunity here.
What about the volleyball thing? We should fix that back too. You think?
The volleyball.
Yeah.
Yes, and I did find the pieces to the pole are in the
Oh, did you find the
little maintenance shed there. There's pieces to the pole there. We also need a new flag. I think the flag needs some work done on it. And it needs a new flag and a light. I told you, you're supposed to have a light on a flag that's going to stay up 24 hours a day. So it needs some type of even if you have a little, what do you call it, catches the sun.
Solar light.
Yeah, even if you have a solar light.
Them solar street lights work real good. I've got several of them.
So as long as you have a light on it, you can leave it up 24/7.
Yeah, the volleyball will be fun. A lot of people will use that.
Yeah,
We
it's
got
just
the tires. We got it's not tires. It's a base, right?
Yeah, the base and the like I said, there's some metal poles. I'm assuming that's what those metal poles are inside of there. There's also a couple of pressure washers and some things in there. I didn't really know whose was what, so I didn't mess with anything. But there is some stuff in there, and I just assumed it belonged to the county. I don't know, but I think Echo said they took everything that was theirs.
Yeah, they do.
So you'll need paper towel, toilet paper, basic supplies, but I don't know what that other stuff is, so I didn't mess with it. But the poles, I think, for the volleyball is just in there. It just needs to be repaired.
Just get us a list of what we need to do right now.
Okay.
And get it to Jack, and we'll get started.
What you talked about, but get the priority list, kind of what we need to do.
And we'll
You'll probably regret me doing this because I'm going to nag you too. Just so you know.
Well, we're going to have a nice park though.
I do want, at least have a nice park on our side of the mountain, I mean, like I said, I understand why the school closed. I hate it. It still makes me mad to this day, but I understand funding. But, I think we can afford to keep a park going for I'm all over the county every day. I drive all over Letcher County, and I see the condition of other things and see what some people have and some people don't have. But, you know, I really want that part for my South Mountain to be repaired, to be fixed. And,
We'll work towards that goal.
all right, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We'll move into old business. Anybody got anything?
Since she brought up parks,
Okay.
we need to look at the Blackie Park too, then, you know, we've talked about it, and we need to call the guy we talked to before about the grant maybe and see if there's still a possibility on that. If not, we need to look at going other ways, I guess.
Yep.
And I would like to give James a shout out. Looks like he's been busy in the
Yes, sir.
sanitation department.
He is. He's doing an excellent job for
And I
us.
would like to thank the Blackie Committee in Blackie because they put on a real good festival this year and had a pretty good crowd both days and everything went good down there.
The weather was nice. And
The weather was nice and them folks put a lot of work into it.
It's always a nice festival, though. I like going down there.
Best breakfast ever
And
at the church.
yeah,
Big breakfast.
missionary church over there putting on a dandy breakfast. If you ain't never had it, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
Anything else?
The weeds.
Oh, yeah. Weeds.
Well, Steve McDoug,
Yeah.
I don't know what order you're taking, tonight, there's nobody left, so. Anyway, we did this Friday branch job, and Brendan's got the job number. And the last time you met, we were sure it fell through the cracks, and we didn't get paid.
Yep, I think we've got a check for you today.
Okay, we got a Walmart check.
We'll go through them. DJ, if you want to go through them. Well,
Who's it to?
what's the name?
Rock House Creek Construction.
I guess it's the Friday branch. Project.
So that'd be in the road department?
Yes.
What was that like you said, let's talk about the other part?
Mindy Bob.
But we have
The name I'm looking for again?
Rock House Creek.
Rockhouse Creek
There should be
Construction.
two checks, but one from the county and one from ER's list, or ever how they write that.
Yeah. One of them's for a culvert abutment, and the other is, it was a ER assist project. But we have got 2 tractor mowers operating now. The boys are doing a great job getting that. The water weeds are growing faster than we can keep up, but we do have.
Do we need to look at getting another one maybe, just how to keep up?
Well, I thought about that.
Maybe put one on one end, one on the other end, maybe one take it to the middle.
Yep,
That would be good.
we possibly can do that. We've got 3 tractors. The one tractor is the open cab. They can't really run it when it's raining and stuff, but
I meant to get another tractor.
we may do that as well.
What's up with cab, flail more?
Yeah, it's the quickest and does.
It's quicker, it is a lot quicker.
I know folks on Kingdom Come said that was the best they'd ever seen mowing. That they'd done a great job. And they said, whatever you've got there, keep it going, because, and a lot of people bragged on their mowing.
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
I wish we could forward the tractors that's in close to the push out, just like on the side. Not
Yeah,
the
man.
arm is slow. It is slow. It is a slow process.
And it don't cut a real big path. It's, I think, maybe 4 foot or something like that.
But if you had the one that just lays off the side, it's kind of like a flail mower.
Yeah, that'd be
Keep that on
nice.
moving.
We can look in maybe trying to find us another tractor and then somebody to operate it.
Yeah.
I know Kenny and I talked earlier today too on Asplund, about their right-of-way work and what they're doing. And they're kind of falling short for us, just to tell you the truth.
After you talked to them too,
You
right?
ever heard that,
Or the supervisor?
somebody will call me and say they left the office mess they was, you can look on Facebook and they left messages everywhere.
They do mine the same way. They thought they did.
I met with the power company there last week, and that was the main topic of our conversation, was that they need to get with Asplund and do more on their end.
I just wanted to confirm that's the two that we're on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. But I told them to get with Asplund, and they need to do a better job of that.
Thank you all.
See you all, thanks. And we discussed, if they get a tree that's fallen on a power line, they'll come back and they'll cut it to where they can get that power line back up. And then that debris that they don't clean the debris up at that time, and whether it's on somebody's yard or across the creek or something like that, that tends to get left. I told them to look into that as well. A lot of times it's on state right of way, which we don't have any jurisdiction on, but like up on Little Town there, there was one that
Oh, yeah.
it was in the road, and the whole top of that tree was in a lady's yard.
Yeah.
And it was a struggle
That was
to
a
get
tough
them
one.
to come back and clean that up. But it may be that we do some type of ordinance that it spells out what we want done in the county, and a lot of it, I think if it was in them folks' yard, it would be different.
Yeah.
So, I know Jamie and I have talked about it a couple of times on maybe trying to prepare just an ordinance that we could work with. And I told the folks from the power company that, that was an option if they didn't be better neighbors to people in Letcher County.
I think that's what it's gonna come to though, to get them to actually listen.
Yeah. Get an ordinance.
If y'all want to direct Jamie to,
Yeah, I gotta figure out if we can regulate that activity, you know what I mean? It's, if they're leaving tree limbs on private property, things like that, I'm not sure county government can regulate it, so.
They live in the
Where I
creek too.
started with them. I know, but they live in a creek, it's on private property, what's the county necessarily have to do with it? So I've been looking, I haven't found where any county in Kentucky regulates this, so that's why you just start, somebody's already doing it, have something to go by. I haven't found where anybody does that, so I'm having to kind of look out in the nation to see if any local governments regulate that. I ain't had any luck yet, but it's still on the list.
okay. It's a problem, and maybe when we get locations down, that we call them right away and have the power company go out and look at it as well.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fresh.
And
But the people always let me know if they're up in the holler doing some clearing. As soon as they leave, I get phone calls all the time. They threw it in the holler,
Well, when they do that, then it's gonna wash down Stockport Road,
Yeah.
and it's gonna
Right.
take the road out.
that's right.
that's
Same
what I
thing.
told them. I said one tree limb across a 3-foot culvert is washed our road out.
Yeah.
Then that gets back to our infrastructure too. And it's been an ongoing conversation with all of them. So if we can do anything different,
Yeah.
need to.
Just want to mention to everybody, go vote.
Election day is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, election day.
Anybody got anything else?
I had a citizen message me about the hill coming down Park Creek. and how dangerous that is in the wintertime. And there's no barrier from the road to going over the hill there. So she asked about guardrails, and I know that's something that Matt may be able to help me with. But I thought about comparing the expenses to just those big rocks that just set those big boulders down, like going up Raven Rock, or I've seen them
Oh,
along
yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah, if that would be an option too.
Is that where you first turn in, Hurt Creek and come
Because
down?
they have to get a run and go in the wintertime to get up there, because that is, the sun hardly ever hits there, so it is a battle all winter long to try to keep that ice off the road. So if we could keep them, make it a little bit safer by putting some kind of barrier there. She said they had a berm there placed, I don't know how many years ago, but it just kind of went away. So maybe brought big boulders or something like that we can get in there to keep them from.
I think we put that berm there when we had that break off.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can definitely look into that and see.
Yeah.
Are there enough room to put boulders?
No,
So you gotta have room to set them.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was going to talk to Matt about it when he got back. No, he didn't. He was on vacation last week, so but I'm going to talk to him and see if he'll go up there and look and see what he thinks.
I've had people request guardrails. I hadn't thought of these boulders. If you got room,
And
that'd
you're
be
right,
great.
yeah, there has to be some, of course.
Most county roads, you ain't got room to set them.
If it's a wide enough area, you can put them.
Like that's my park phone, we've tried to, you've been to Carpus on, Jackass, you know that mountain?
It's terrible too.
We get 5 for guardrail, 5 for guardrail, it's hard to get.
There's
Get them to pay for guardrail.
And that hill there, it lays towards, it is very dangerous there on Carcassonne.
I sure won't want to be over in the wintertime.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's bad. We have a motion to adjourn. Mike?
Second.
Call the roll when you're ready, Angie.
Jack?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Chetty?
Yes.
Judge Adams?
Yes.
12:15.
Thank you all.